Hello. How are you doing at this moment? I remember when I wanted to start out like every video like that. It's interesting to see videos of like your past, to see how you grew, to see where you came from, to see how you're acting now. Real retrospective kind of thing. It's kind of nice. Like I recall this one video where this I wrote myself a letter, and I don't know what it was like. I wrote it and put it away and then forgot about it. I wasn't like my lowest, but like a low time for myself. Almost on the verge of just beating myself up in every retrospect. And I read it, and it blew me away how much I loved myself. Yet, this video, I absolutely love how just real and pretty, like, unedited and absolutely almost no just fanciness of taking the time to edit the video, like in any way. I really do appreciate that. Why? Because I edit and post enough pictures slash, that's not really the reason. It's more about what am I trying to portray and say? How do you feel when I say it? Does it seem like I'm happy? Does it seem like I'm angry? Does it seem a whole bunch of stuff? It's just quite literally that perspective that I'm just trying to portray. Sure, it's on the web. Anybody can see it. Yet, anybody can see it. And I might die in my sleep tonight. At the same time, I'm not afraid of it. I don't fear death. I absolutely do not fear death. Sure, it's scary, and I'm not going to say it's not. When you put in the retrospect of not just all the time and effort you put into something, because some of that stuff is really just too really materialized, and so it's just I'm saying like the whole family, your friends, the people that you touched, that have gotten used to you being there every single day, and then you're not. They are the ones that pretty much have the hardest heartache of the whole death thing. It would be nice to have society where they set up the person to be okay with death, so that that person doesn't feel that they have to have the karma retrospect upon them beating themselves up. I don't know if that's actually a thing. It's just the society I live in. It's not okay to die. And if you're dying, it's like no one wants to be around you, and then like they act like they're happy and they're doing their best, yet instead of just acknowledging that it's your time to die, It's just this whole point of distracting yourself from everything. When I do die, when it does come to that time, I'm able to completely relate to everyone that just I'm ready to die. That it's okay that I'm gonna die. That you're gonna be okay when I'm not here. You're gonna be able to move on forward. You don't need me. If you really needed me, and I felt that you did, then I wouldn't die. I wouldn't be dying right now. It's a celebration. Death is a celebration. To celebrate everything that you've done on this planet. Bad or good. Good or bad. My perception is that this place is for experiences. It's something where you can grow and see your amazingness. If you came from being perfect and you wanted to be more interesting than perfect, you had to go to the place where you weren't perfect so that you can become interesting and see how perfect you actually are. Because to the point where if you're in it, you don't see anything but it, and that makes it to where you're blinded by everything else. So in retrospect, you don't actually see it. So if you step back, you can see it. And essentially that's what you have done. At least that's my perspective. That's what I've done. It's probably the most appropriate way of saying that. I do wonder though, these videos, these images that we post and we save on servers, it not actually being physically written down or told to somebody else what they tell somebody else, and it just kind of being patient. And some could be waiting to have others see their work of what they're doing for the world. Because isn't that kind of the difference? If you're not really getting paid for it, you're doing it for the world. It might not be seen. It might never be seen. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. Why? Because I'm not doing it for anyone else but myself. Sure, it might be a challenge for me to recall that moment that I've done something. Sure, because I'm focused on other areas, or I just kind of forgot. Which is okay. If I was supposed to remember it, I would. Yet at the same time, there are those out there that haven't come to this understanding, and that's okay. Yet they're gonna have to fill the cup up after building the cup, and with the videos and the understanding and the viewpoints and all that kind of stuff, where people post it so that others can find it, means that others don't have to work as hard to get to the same spot. Because I'm handing you a cup. It has the liquid in it. You can dump that cup, you can pour that cup out, yet you're going to be filling it with the same liquid that you poured out. It might take so much time to get it back to where it was when you received it. It's just you still are going to learn the same lesson. So unless you really want to be hard-headed about life, then don't empty that cup. Keep that cup. See what you can learn from that. You're not going to be able to drink all of it. Or, I don't know, I haven't gone past how to actually use that cup after you. I've only really ever said what I just already said about the cup. Yeah. This video was not something I was going to post. It just kind of happened. Yet I'm glad that it did. It's refreshing. Because there's a point where I get to look back at this stuff and see what I said. Because there's points where, what did I say? And I'm glad I videotaped it, because now I know what I said, or how I was acting, or what it is. It's nice. It's nice living in the age where everybody can autobiography themselves. And I wonder how many people will realize that that's what they're doing. And at the same time, it's kind of scary. Because who's watching? Who's collecting data, research on you? And almost the scarier part is, if you don't have that many followers, then how far is your word going to go? To being your word. To having others know that you said that. Yet, I'm doing this for my own health. I'm posting these videos, I'm posting these images because it's for my own health. It helps me put it somewhere, take it out of my mind, because if I didn't post it, it would stay in there, and it would just combine with everything, and I wouldn't be able to focus as much. And so by me putting it somewhere out of my mind, where it's shared with someone somehow of a human retrospect, even if it's shared with a dog or another animal, it would still be shared. It's just be interpreted a whole other way, and it might take more time to portray the same message. Yet I can move on and I can focus on something else because I let myself say what it is or whatnot.